Maybe not whoever.
Whoever, but you know.
Hiya, I'm Binky.
I'm Rosie,
I'm Lucy.
and we're here to answer questions with Digital Spy. I think for me, I never thought I would be back on the show and filming again, or a show, sorry. But I love that the way this new show is filmed, and it feels very different to Made in Chelsea. So Binky managed to convince me.
It's definitely a lot more organic way of filming. We've got businesses now, kids, husbands, and the way it's filmed allows you to be able to do everything, whereas with Made in Chelsea, it's a little bit harder. So I feel like this is the perfect way of kind of showing our lives and everything without it disrupting the home family pace too much.
Yeah, and for me, I haven't been on TV in years, but I feel like it was a familiar crew and production company, and obviously familiar cast, and I feel like it was now or never. And it was quite a rushed decision from my side, but it just felt like the right thing to do, to take a leap of faith.
I think it's been really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been really
I've
nice.
had a lot of fun.
It's like we're all so different, but we all have this one thing that kind of really ties us in together. And I feel like it's really cool to work with women who are like working their asses off and hustling, and you know, Binky's an amazing mum, and they're very inspiring.
Oh, Liz,
true.
nice. And right back at you.
I think you can tell really from watching the show straight away that there's a different format, and
Yeah.
I think it's the different format that makes it so nice and personal, and it feels so much more relaxed filming because the scenes aren't set up and we're in our homes and in our offices, and the way that the cameras are held is different and everything. So I think it's kind of enabled us to feel more comfortable opening up so easily.
Yeah, and it's much more they're working around us. 'Cause
Yeah.
we kind of have our day-to-day lives, and then we sort of say, well, we're going to be here at this time, we're going to be there with this person, and they just show up with the cameras.
Yeah.
So for us, we don't have to like rejig our schedules or
Yeah.
anything. We're still doing everything that we normally do. We're able to balance that work life because we're still working, and then it's just being filmed.
Oh, there's actually quite a few highlights for me. I just think being back with the girls, I think the viewers, from what I get from DMs constantly in our Instagram messages, are we really want to see the girls back together. We don't know what's going on in your lives. You can see little bits from Instagram. So I think kind of just showing the audience what we're getting up to after, you know, having been on Made in Chelsea in our early 20s. Life is just so different now. We've all grown up, but there's just so much more to offer than I feel like we could have offered back in Made in Chelsea days. We've got so much going on in our life. So I feel like the conversations are different, and it's not just about who's cheated on who or who snogged who. It's way more going on and way more exciting things to talk about. So for me, I just really wanted to get that across, and I really do. We only watched it yesterday. So I feel like hopefully the viewers will like it as much as we cried a lot, we laughed a lot.
Yeah.
And not to like diss the boys, but there is a real women empowerment vibe with the show.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
feels different to any other kind of shows that are really out there in the UK right now. And obviously there's still like men involved with the show, but it just feels like it's a real
Girl woo woman.
Yeah.
I think for me, it was an opportunity to really set the record straight. I'm so sick of people messaging me and sending me memes and snippets of the past, and being accused of getting with my friend's boyfriend, which I never did. So it's really time you have to set the record straight. It never happened. I'm sick of it. I'm bored of it, and I'm over it.
I mean, it just felt like really natural. It was almost like there'd been no time had passed. I think for us, one of the benefits of filming with people in our family and our friendship group that have already done the show is that it just makes the whole process a lot easier.
And also cute with your sons.
Yeah.
So cute. Both of our sons are on the show together, and like that's footage that we'll always have,
Yeah.
which is so precious. And seeing them on there together, yeah, was very different to me and Chelsea for sure.
Yeah, same with Ollie. I feel like he's an old hat at this game as well. So like you said, it's way easier to film with someone who's actually knows kind of to forget the cameras are there.
I think for me, it works really well with the three of us because, like I said, we are all really different and we all have different things going on in our lives, and I hope that there's people out there that can relate to at least one of us or one of our situations. And it worked well because we all get on. Equally, if there were other people from the original cast that wanted to be involved, I don't think that would have been a problem.
It was only 2 episodes too, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, it's worked well the way that
I think
it's
so.
gone.
We want this show to be as real as possible, and I think it would be obvious if we didn't hang out with someone who was on the show that it would be obvious on camera, because there'd be no rapport, there'd be no organicness. But obviously we're not like a gang, we're gonna not let other people in. Whoever was interested would obviously want to have in.
It's also not a just follow on from Made in Chelsea, it's a different show. So I think, you know, it had to be
its own show. It's not, I don't like,
it had to be different.
I don't feel like this is a spin-off. I think this is going to be its own big show.
I think for me, a lot of what people would say is like talking about my animal activism. That's kind of what people talk to me about these days, because that's kind of why I've been on TV since Made in Chelsea, is to talk about that kind of stuff. There's always a few little comments of things that I've said or done or whatever that, you know,
we'll never get to
till
escape.
I die. But yeah, I'm sure you guys are the same.
Yeah.
It's not as hectic.
And it's not as hectic as it used to be.
Yeah.
I think everyone also probably knows that, like, if I'm with the kids, they know not to come up to me because I'm trying to handle 3 rugrats running around in different directions. But if I do see someone, lots of people ask about how my mum is. And yeah, it's a lot about just kind of,
I think now it's not so much people talking about the past because it was so long ago. I think now people say more, we want to see more.
Yes.
We
Yeah,
want
when
to
are you
see
gonna be
something
back on
new.
TV?
Yeah, that sort
Yeah.
of thing. This is cringe, but I met Binky on the show and
that's so
I love her so much. And she's literally one of my best friends, and we met through filming the show, so how could this not be my favourite?
right back at you.
Oh,
It's very sweet. We've actually made lifelong friends from doing
Yeah.
Made in Chelsea, and it's been really the experiences we've had, the places we've lived and been taken to. I think we were just so lucky, weren't we? And there were obviously ups and downs, and ours were filmed, but I think the good outweighs the bad a lot. And you obviously,
I met my husband on TV, so it's a very easy one for me. I think I still can't believe that, actually.
Can you remember meeting him on TV?
Yes.
Can you?
Very vividly.
What was the scene?
We were in a bar.
Did you walk up to at the bar?
I walked up to them, and then they started talking to me, him and his friend Elliot,
Oh yeah.
who they're still really good friends to this day. But yeah, no, he was quite shy and quiet, and he's not like that at all in real life. But yeah, it's definitely going to be my favourite. I mean, I've met my husband on TV and now have a baby and everything, so thank God for me and Chelsea, right?
Probably some of the questionable outfits and hairstyles, and maybe relationship choices. I don't know, but I mean, I don't like to regret anything. I like to learn from my mistakes.
Yeah.
I also think if we change anything from our past, we wouldn't be here right now.
Exactly.
So I think we have to embrace that we can cringe when we look back at things and then move forward.
Those hair extensions were not okay.
Yeah, I think
They were a thing at the time, though.
they weren't that bad.
What were you about to say?
I think I've got a little bit of a handle on my facial expressions now. I feel like some of my facial expressions back then, I regret.
Do you regret?
Sorely regret.
Do you regret saying the grill comment, or do you think that's like a?
No, I don't, because honestly, it was just off the cuff. It just rolled off the tongue.
It's a very
and
famous
it was
line.
It's just how I felt in the moment. I felt frustrated.
I wouldn't regret that either if I was you.
I still say it occasionally.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't think I miss anything about filming the original show, especially because we filmed Beyond Chelsea now and we know how it can be filmed in another way and how filming can be so much easier. There's nothing I miss about the actual filming, apart from we had less responsibilities then. We had less responsibilities. We were just younger, carefree, and just hungover quite a lot of the time.
Yeah. You know what I really don't miss
The
is
cool times.
turning up to set and there being tension with someone.
Oh yeah.
And having to be wait with everyone.
Oh, that's savage.
And
Do you-
there being like an argument or something and just sitting there and they're like across the room sitting down and you're just like, oh my god, this is so awkward.
or you knew if you're about to be told some bad news because you'd be separated from everyone else
Or
in the
there'd
group.
be like a cross on the floor and you'd be like, okay.
Who's coming in?
Yeah, someone's coming in
to ruin my day.
Exactly.
Yeah, we didn't have that with Beyond Chelsea, so I think now we know exactly, like
How
you
nice
said, like
it can
how
be.
nice it can be to film a show.
Do you remember like watching the show before it came out at the Bluebird?
Oh my god, yeah.
And we'd sit in the cinema room and I'd always sit at the front of the row because then everyone else behind you, so you couldn't see their faces. But if you were like talking about someone who just like slide down deep into your chair, it was so uncomfortable.
Watching episodes together and having bitched about each
Horrific.
other, and then
Horrific.
just being like there with each other, like, hi.
Horrific.
Yeah, that was really awkward. Yeah, I think honestly it's up to the viewer. We're down, and I think hopefully people are going to love this show. It's been requested
For
so
so
many
many
times and for
years.
so many years, and we've worked really hard on this show and we've given our all, and I feel like this is really just the beginning. And who knows, in terms of other cast members, you know, like we've said, we're not gonna we there's no kind of rules with that. Like whoever wants to be involved can be involved, and never say never. So watch this space.
Whoever? Maybe not whoever.
Whoever, but you know, this room,
There's definitely room
yeah.
to discuss.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Digital Spy.